The Premier League is going to be resuming on a Super Friday after the controversial decision of the PGMOL led by Darren England in the VAR and Jerry Gillett, who officiated the match between Arsenal and Newcastle. But anyway, it is what it is. The Premier League is always marred with controversy, especially when the men in black go about doing things the other way. The match is going to be kicking off on a Super Friday evening between Bournemouth and Fulham. This is a match that I believe is going to bring a lot of anxiety, a lot of fluidity in play, both sides looking to outdo each other going forward. The coaches too are going to come up with their A game. I'm hoping that at the end of the day, it's going to be a 2-2 draw because there are going to be gallery of goals because I believe that both sides have the presence and the ability to notch in goals. And the next match, which is going to be taking place, first match on a Saturday morning at about, I think it's the early kickoff match between Leeds and Spurs. Spurs under Thomas Frank have not really been getting the best out of what they expect to get, especially when they're leaking in goals with the formidable defense that they have in Van der Ven, Romero, and the likes of them. But knowing Leeds to be a team that's always been on the front foot anytime they're playing, even when they're losing, they're on the front foot. And that is one remarkable thing that I like them about, especially I think they continued with this trajectory even when Bielsa was there as the coach. But I'm looking at a game here where there's going to be a 2-2 draw. Both sides are going to be scoring. Manchester United against Sunderland. Recall when Rooney suddenly said that the soul of the club is gone, that the players are not playing for the badge, and the coach is doing negative things that impacts on the club, especially when it comes with his tactical approach. Knowing the fact that Ruben Amorim that has spent over a year in the club now in the first season, everyone felt because they did not play preseason, he didn't know the players better. But now he had a preseason. Somehow, with the creative players that he has or attacking players that he had, one would have expected that they will consolidate the furies that they exhibited at the beginning of the season against Arsenal. But somehow, that intensity all flew out of the window. We'll be looking at they taking on Sunderland, but that's a match that is really going to be difficult. If Ruben Amorim chooses to play with the handbrake again, I'm telling you they are going to suffer for it. There is a game where I'm looking at Ruben Amorim and his boys coming before the home crowd at Old Trafford to really make amends of their loss against Brentford. I'm sure they're going to be playing with some level of intensity and nervy attitude, especially not to cut the rot off their home fans. I'm looking at a game that is going to end 2-1 in favor of United. They're going to get it. But if Ruben Amorim plays with the handbrake, they might suffer a loss at home. Anyways, the next one is going to be the London game. Another London team playing against Arsenal. This is a team that's been going through tough. Talking about West Ham United, they've changed a series of coaches from Lopetegui to David Moyes, Graham Potter, and the likes of them. But since it appears as if nothing is working right for this London team, Arsenal will be taking their Arsenal against West Ham. And this is a game of kind of vengeance because I recall last season, they were one of the teams that turned out bogey for Arsenal. One was supposed to beat them, ended up drawing. But this is a game that Arsenal are going to score a lot of goals. Because of the way West Ham plays, they are open. Arsenal is going to trounced them by 4-0. I am emphatic on this. Even if Mikel Arteta chooses to play with a handbrake, playing Mikel Merino, I can confidently tell you that Arsenal will take them to the cleaners by beating the London team, West Ham, by 4-0. Anyway, another remarkable match that is coming up has to do with Chelsea and Liverpool. It would have been an easy ride for Chelsea, but somehow it's hanging on a balance because Chelsea have lost a lot of players, match suspension. I think they lost Chalobah, and I don't know how that is going to affect them. But goalkeeper Sanchez is back. But Liverpool on one hand, Ekitike is suffering from an injury he sustained during the last match against Benfica, and they also lost Alisson. that is going to really be a huge challenge for them, especially with the challenges they are having in the defense. Let me close my eyes and look at what my crystal ball tells me in this. It's going to be a 2-2 draw. A 2-2 draw. Both sides are going to be scoring. Chelsea wouldn't want to lose again, especially at home. Enzo Maresca and his boys will do everything possible at Stamford Bridge to hold back the Reds. And I hope they'll be able to bring their A game. The Feketike is not going to be playing, and Alisson is not going to be playing. Then that will take the steam off the playing pattern of Liverpool. That match is going to end in a 2-2 draw. On a Super Sunday, Wolves and Brighton will be starting. But Brighton, I still have hopes, challenges with the way Wolves are playing. They're not really playing. They're not taking their chances. Brighton have been on the front foot. Looking at the way Matoma, the likes of Baleba, Minty, the way they are playing. I see Wolves suffering a home defeat. It's going to be a 2-1 victory over Wolves for Brighton. And Villa and Burnley. Scott Parker against Unai Emery. Scott Parker's side's challenge also is holding on to their lead and being able to, navigate how you need to come to the Premier League, you earn a lead, you consolidate on it, hold it until you get to the final minutes of the game. That was exactly what caused them against Liverpool. But I see this game, it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Newcastle and Forest. I think this is going to be an easy ride for Newcastle because Ange Postecoglou is not doing what he's supposed to do. He is not consolidating on the players that he has, and he still wants to play an enterprising football. Probably he wants to use this idea to manage and end the first season, like he will always say that he always win a trophy in the second season. But I see Newcastle. Newcastle, after suffering that loss to Arsenal, they are pained. And the way Waterman plays, Waterman is going to be notching a lot of goals. I see him scoring 2 goals in this game. This is going to be a 2-0 victory over Nottingham Forest. Everton, David Moyes against Glasner of Crystal Palace. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Arteta against Everton's defense. I see a 1-1 draw on this. And the last match is going to be between Brentford and Man City. Brentford in the time past have proved to be a buggy team for Man City. But with a resurgence Man City team, you never can tell what to expect. But I believe that Brentford are going to be holding their own against Manchester City. And having defeated Manchester United, they want to take the fellow neighbors of Manchester United, meaning they're going to take the cities to the cleaners. This is a game where they're going to beat Manchester City by 2-1. It's going to be a game that Manchester City will be in control of the game. No, I don't think that is possible. Is it? With Donnarumma in goal, anything is possible. Donnarumma also considered a goal last weekend. I see Brentford winning. Brentford are going to be winning by 3-2 in this game. There's going to be a lot of goals. There are going to be blunders on the part of Brentford and on the part of Manchester City. This is how it's been on this edition of Offside, brought to you by Arsenal Fans Beat. I want you to go to the comment section. Let us know what your predictions are. Let us know if mine aligns with yours. So because this is the reason why we're building this community. We just want you to be proactive and react to every video that we share with you. Until I come your way again, don't forget that this is the Offside. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. It is the Offside.